Well, congratulations. You did not ignore this video. Oh, wait, you're gonna leave in like 2 minutes. Okay, no problem. Because that's the average watch time, guys. You don't want to be above average, do you? No. Nuh-uh. This is what happens when you type in ignorance. Yes, I know my video is like ridiculously long, and you want it to be 1 minute long and answer all your questions in 1 minute. But that's a little bit ignorant. Mm-hmm. So you're not gonna get answers if you just type ignorance or is ignorant bliss? Maybe maybe it's a good video actually. We'll never know unless we watch it. You know, it's 4 minutes long. What's the worst that can happen?
Every single day.
Oh, so the short answer is yes. I'm sure it is, guys. Actually, the short answer is no, and you will die if you're ignorant. So much faster, dude. Just accelerating that process fucking million times faster, dude. Because that's kind of what death uses. Death uses every single generator of bullshit that is available. Like the devil would use it. So, yeah, like, well, what else would the devil would whisper into your ear? But like, dude, ignorance is bliss. Just be ignorant. No problem. Fear of missing out. It doesn't exist actually, even though it's kind of a meme as well, and just as big of a meme as ignorant is bliss, if not even bigger. Fear of missing out. But people miss out anyways. No problem there. Because we don't know what's actually important and valuable. we don't even know the basics, you know. So the fear of missing out is like when you dig deeper, like you just don't know what you're missing out, so you have this irrational fear or anxiety, basically not knowing what to do. But for some reason, somehow, some way, you clicked on this video, which is congratulations. You might be a little bit less ignorant if you actually finish the whole thing, which is pretty much impossible, because I've never seen like a spike of like minutes watched. I know people are very busy, but the biggest spike I've ever seen is 300 minutes. Something I can do in, 1 day. One person can do 300 minutes easily. And when I do research, sometimes I have to review a channel in 6 hours. Well, it is pretty hard actually for one person to do 6 hours. It does require dedication, but it just kind of happens to me. It's for me to receive 300 minutes is not a miracle because I actually give 300 minutes. And this is where I started discovering like ignorance is so painful when the amount of effort you put in and the amount of like feedback and effort you receive back should technically be equal. But right now what's happening is like people are mesmerized with the winners, with celebrities, whoever's winning right now. People just obsessed with these people, and it's quite painful because it just destroys the construct of more important aspects of society where we have to help each other out. And once this rule is broken, when you put in effort and you don't get much effort back, it's gonna be everything's just gonna start breaking down. There's it's gonna get quite chaotic because you must understand when it comes to ignorance, it's literally the reason to start wars. Ignorance. It's way worse than bullshit that I usually talk about. Ignorance is literally a way to start a war. Because what do you do? Tell me, what is the solution when another person is ignorant? You try and poke them, you try and get their attention in some way, and the only solution in the end sometimes becomes just pure violence. You just straight up punch them in the face, slap them. If that actually works, slapping doesn't look like violence to me, but it's as close as we can get, guys. At least it feels like something, and you can complain about it, and you can see Will Smith slapped me, dude. No, it's almost as close as we can get before we go pure violence. Pure violence. Destroying your property is also technically violence. So the best we can do is like slap. That's the best we can do. All right, to try and wake you up. If someone slaps you, game over. Game over, dude. You fucking lost the fucking game of life, dude. You're way too ignorant to wake up at this point. Don't let anyone fucking slap you, dude. Or you will lose this fucking game. Obviously, they have to have a good reason why they slapped you. If they don't, you can slap them back. Alright, there's nuances in how you can lose the game of life, alright? You can't just slap people ignorantly either, because that's the whole fucking point! No, stop being ignorant, you piece of shit, man. You're gonna lose. And it's gonna, from the point of the slap, it's only getting way worse. Your life is getting ruined, dude. Destroyed. Yes, there's ways to recover even beyond the slap, but what you're going to be recovering is now violence. Alright, something that has been taken away from you, destroyed. You will be recovering. Yes, as a child you can be abused, blah blah blah, but you grow up at a certain point. You start losing things because people just die around you. There's nothing you can do about it. Alright? So, there's gonna be a certain point in time, where you're pretty much on your own, dude. Yes, most people just try and leave their mom's basement or whatever it takes. Right now, it's not really an option to leave a basement, because you better not fucking be paying rent and be slaving 24/7. Because if you don't have time, I don't know if you have time to not be ignorant anymore. I think you're toast, man. I think you're toast. Maybe it's better to be homeless than be ignorant. But honestly, I would rather have internet or be dead. Being homeless is not really an option either. So this is tough, man. Life is holy shit, man. I'm in like super fortunate position. But I'm also very close to Russia, and who knows what the fuck Russia is gonna be able to do, you know? It's a final hurrah, just like a massive nuclear explosion everywhere, dude. I don't really believe in nukes, but we'll never know, guys, what people are capable of these days. I definitely believe in AI, but I still don't believe that AI is not gonna be restricted enough to just go loose and destroy everything. But you never know. Anything can happen, but that's the bliss. Ignoring the worst possibilities because they're not happening right now. The worst possibility is that the worst possibility is happening right now, and they're definitely not happening. You definitely have time. If you're watching this video, you have a little bit of time, dude. Maybe a lot of time. Maybe your fucking life is gonna be fucking brilliant, dude. But you still have to not be ignorant to possibilities. Because a lot of people's lives are not brilliant, and the only reason why your life might be brilliant is you have hold on to gold very early on. You're like very lucky, and you appreciate gold, you have been stressed about it, you have to hold on to it, you have enough pressures but enough value. So if you feel like that, you don't need to watch this video. I don't know why you're here, but 99% of the time, I'm not really talking to celebrities right now, or people who have a lot of value and pressure at the same time to hold on to that value. So continue watching. No problem there, dude. Me slappy, dude. Me slappy. I'm coming for you. I'm a slap you, and it's gonna be game over. Everyone's gonna laugh at you, man, and take your stuff and destroy your life slowly but surely. You decide how fast it's gonna go, but your life is only gonna go downhill from there, from the slap. All right, we have decided. So that is my introduction. 10-minute introduction. I don't know, guys. I don't know how long this video is gonna go. I have to cover every single point. I covered a few with the introduction, but yeah, let's see if we get triggered by this video, because the shorter the video is, the more triggers it probably has. It doesn't mean it's gonna be accurate. It's just gonna have triggers, something that pisses me off. But it's kind of accurate in that sense. You have to condense things. You have to turn them into memes. Whether you agree with them or not, it doesn't matter. It just has to give you information very quickly. And that's why I feel like my YouTube Rewind is the least ignorant YouTube Rewind of all time. And I'm not sure how long people will have to work to be able to top that. Like, people don't even give a fuck to top that, okay? But slowly and surely, I think they will start realizing, wait, this guy is pretty crazy what he just did in 20 minutes without editing as well. So, what do we do, guys? Well, you guys will have to do editing and top me somehow anyways, which still gonna be very difficult, but good luck, no problem there. Because it's not like I just made a bunch of memes. I had to sit there and research every single channel, watch their content, remember those memes have to be thoughtful too, so I had to have intelligence and just general idea how to make jokes. It's oozing with personality and my personal story and my personal experiences. That's kind of what comedy is, so I sprinkle enough of that. It's very difficult to replicate YouTube Rewind the way I did it. You can do it in your way, but again, I did it because I worked full time. Alright? Now providing to society, now beating the competition on YouTube, I think there's no other choice but to actually work full time. And in this case right now, as I sit, I haven't done really anything substantial in terms of statistics. I barely got 15 subscribers, you can say. Last 3 months I got 10. And that was pretty difficult work. All right, I had to stack up to those 3 last months, and it's pretty crippling to know that that's what it takes to just get 10 subscribers that will not watch your videos anyways. So what the fuck is the point of that? But eventually everything accelerates and accelerates exponentially almost. So you kind of hold on to this hope that eventually things are gonna get better, and once I talk about all the issues, people are gonna start recognizing that they have them, and the slap is coming. All right, the slap is coming, dude. The only question is how deep the rabbit hole goes when the slap hits your face, man. Although I don't know if that's grammatically correct, but let's just finish. Why does it say noise? Yes, it's quite a crazy world we live in when we have access to a lot of knowledge. We have access to the internet, and ignorance is tough to crack, man. It's absolutely one of the most difficult problems to solve because it literally creates many problems on its own. Like, this video should have been one of those, checkpoint times when I'm hitting like 30,000 or something, because it's that important. But it's also so important that I have to just do it as fast as possible. I'm not gonna hit 30,000 this year anyways. And yes, this is my little anti-ignorance machine, where I keep track of every single thing that I care about. Alright, and prioritize them now. It's really helpful, at least to motivate you to, like, take care of this little, garden of a bunch of pets, basically, that I have, digital pets now. And it's way cooler, alright, than having a fucking cat that takes your attention and makes you so much more ignorant. And also, not only you just waste time, you waste resources too to feed the goddamn cat. And to keep it happy too. Sometimes it's gonna scratch your shit. And do plenty of damage in many other ways. Or even distract you like a fucking notification on the phone, which you can't ignore, but you can't ignore a fucking cat that easily. So I don't know, man. I don't know how people live with animals, but I would check them for brain damage just to make sure. Yes, they make you happy, and you have to live with a living being anyways. Like, if you want to make babies eventually. So, you can prime yourself with pets. There's always good reasons to counter my arguments, and I love being countered. I don't like being ignored, though. No, I don't like that one. You can counter me all you want. You can make me feel embarrassed for everything I say. But ignoring me is just gonna make me angrier, make things a lot worse, make me a lot slappier. Alright? I'm getting closer. Alright? Every step of your ignorance is one step closer to getting slapped. And that's the most embarrassing thing that can happen in your life, dude. The game over screen will flash in your eyes, dude, when you get slapped. You will lose one life. I hope you have plenty left, alright? I hope you have plenty of resources to give up after you get slapped, to just recover. That's society. If you bring up, jail and legal system or whatever, oh no, don't be immoral either. That just shows even greater ignorance to, what really matters to society. If you do not care about society, oh, I'm sorry, dude. The slap is gonna come even faster, dude. But it's gonna be more deceptive, Oh yeah, okay, I'm very scared. Yes, I will not slap you because you're gonna put me in jail for this and that reason, and and you're gonna get slapped anyways by someone else who just sneaked up on you that they called up on. That's the real police, dude. While you busy explaining yourself and being a fucking stupid idiot of how you're gonna threaten someone and you don't want to be slapped and you don't want to feel bad. I don't want to take emotional damage. What am I gonna do with my life if I get embarrassed? Oh no. And don't do immoral things. Ninjas are watching, dude. Ninjas are gonna start watching too. If you do stupid shit anywhere ever, We slappy, man. Ninja slap then. There's no escape, dude. There's no escape. Ignorance must be destroyed by all means necessary. Let's continue watching this crap before I dive deep. Alright, so we mentioned sensory overload. You do need peace, by all means. You need to care about things you care about. And if you watch my videos, which you don't, but because you don't have to, but you must understand doing what you want is actually quite a big virtue. It's a part of being lazy. And you must pursue that, because that's what's going to make you happy, motivated, passionate, all these things. You just got to be doing what you want to do. Technically, Andrew Tate is going to tell you otherwise, and he's going to flash his color of Bugatti. But, you know, he scammed a lot of people, and we can literally make an army of people that just going to rip him off backwards. And I don't know if he can just defend himself with his little war room or whatever. Because when you make people angry, yeah, you can try to set them on fire. You know, you can rip them off even more, and think that violence is going to be the answer, or just running away is going to be the answer, or taking things away from us is going to be the answer. But when we really want something, we'll find ways to get it, or get it back, or, you know, fix the problem. However, I don't think Andrew Tate is immoral. He's kind of just showing off right now. The immorality oozes out and is detectable when you put the person on pressure, when you ask the right questions. All right. When you give them the indication that the threat is coming, slowly and surely you just kind of escalate that indication and see how they react. How are they going to be able to solve that threat? Are they going to use immoral ways? Or are they just going to be actually concerned and emotionally damaged? And they start, fixing that emotional damage, which is not actual damage, is just, pending doom, which you have to solve, which is why you have to care about your emotions. That's gonna, be a good indicator whether you're ignorant or not, based on whether you can control your emotions. All right. So now that you got this far, and if you want to test your friends or whatever, all you have to figure out: are you controlling your emotions? Are they doing that as well? Figure out what that test looks like. You can leave now if you're very busy, dude. But let's continue.
Studied. Now.
Yes, it's a weird phenomenon. Our lives are kind of like extended in these like ancient people, we could say, the outcast, but still living creatures that we can still call humans. I don't consider anyone a part of society if they don't have internet at this point. You can be happy. You can have that low blood pressure, but like you literally also have no power or influence to even like survive 100%. You're not in 100% area anymore. Anyone can just take over, and you're gonna spear them down. But I do appreciate the fact of that they look happy in this picture, I guess. We'll never know, dude. We'll never know, dude. The fact that scientists can just approach them and measure them, I guess that's cool. But yeah, I'm very aware, I've seen another video about happiness, and Amish was popping up. They live without electricity, but their society, at least, you can call it a community. It could potentially be a real community, but again, if you're not on the edge of technology, you're not actually building any infrastructure that's gonna be relevant. All right. You can potentially build happiness infrastructure, but you still have to be somewhat connected to the internet. You have to have some kind of, um, leader or representative that's connected to the rest of the world. You can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you have proper representatives. That's fine. You can have shitty ass community that does bullshit all the time. Fucking orgies, man. Infinite orgies. Just have representatives that are connected to the rest of the world, of the actual society. Because if you're not, you're just going to be deleted. All right? Or just going to be so irrelevant. You can be as happy as you want. It's probably the only thing you're going to have in life. Being happy. I hope that helps. You know? Would you really trade all the things you have just for pure happiness? Because, you would have to live a terrifying life like that. I wouldn't want to do it. But, ignorance allows you to do this sort of stuff because you just don't know any better. So technically, you shouldn't watch this video because you'll know a lot better about ignorance and how scary it is. I'm not here to scare you guys. It should have the opposite effect of empowering you, all right? But obviously, if you're emotionally unstable, deal with your emotions first, slowly consume this video if you can't do it in one gulp, which most people shouldn't be able to do it, just like you can't, but you kind of should be able to do it, but not really, right? See, I even struggle, like, watching a music video and taking it all in, and then after like a year, I realize, oh, it has new meaning and stuff, and I can rewatch it. Or sometimes I watch it multiple times, and I still find new things. Just like I played Skyrim multiple times, I keep finding new things about it. Eventually, it becomes less and less relevant, because you find all the things you need, but you never know. You never know. It's very good to, keep it as a memory and not try to bully yourself to forget about something. That's probably the most ignorant thing you could be told, is to, like, forget about something. Yes, a girl told me that, and, fuck you, Monica. Get the fuck out of top 100. Get the fuck out of here. She's like top 25 too. Top 22. Just ridiculous. Get the fuck out. I will cry now. But I can't forget about you. What do I do, man? It's impossible. Alright? So you just have to embrace what you have sometimes. For me, I had to embrace it simply because I literally have nothing else. I can't even touch grass right now. It's snowing outside. Alright, but no, real life sucks ass. I'm just not interested in real life. Alright? It's not like I go outside to do shopping and I find a lot of cool people that I want to talk to. No, it's a bunch of idiots either picking on me, potentially, look really repulsive like I do, because I'm ugly, but I don't want other people to be ugly. I'm a thinker. I think I'm allowed to be ugly. I don't even want to represent myself in real life because I don't know what to expect. So I want anyone else to do it, and anyone else to start a conversation with me because, well, I forgot how to touch grass, guys. So I have no connection to reality or local, affairs or influence. I literally have, the only life I have is just life on the internet, and life on the internet seemingly just surrounded by a bunch of Americans. That's what I interact with from day to day, man. Because that's where all celebrities are, and then they're surrounded by other Americans. It's not that difficult to understand it. It's a weird relationship. I don't want it to be that way, but You know, monopoly is a monopoly. I bow down to monopoly. Whatever. It's our fault too. It's Europe's fault too that it sucks so bad. And it has millions of languages. I don't know how you solve that problem, guys.
Every single
Unfortunately, it will serve you to not learn or develop a skill unless someone asks you to. Alright? If no one asked, you can't really develop. Yes, if you have a passion, that means someone did in fact ask you and gave you good feedback. In general, you have achieved something with it. And you always look for reference in terms of what kind of influence you have on other people. Or at least what kind of influence you have on yourself. That's still a good reference, but that reference is gonna, make you be bored very quickly. Alright? If I was making videos and I get like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 everywhere, I would quickly start questioning myself if I really want to do this, if there's nothing better that I can do to be able to interact with people a little bit more, to challenge myself at least a little bit more. But because YouTube gives me some hope, the algorithm is not completely bullying me into a dark hole of nothingness, just pure void. I'm not just throwing my videos into pure void. I mean, wow. We can try a little harder, work a little better, see what happens, test a few things here and there, poke a few people, comment under their comments. I don't know. There's plenty of things to try, but eventually you will still get bored if you get no feedback, especially based on the amount of effort you put in. If you get less, the skill that you're developing, the expertise you're developing, ain't going nowhere, dude. Ain't going nowhere. You're not getting successful. So just by looking at successful people who made it through, well, who knows how they did it, first of all, and even after they did it, they're just experts in that one skill that, people need to have. Okay, dude. As society basically says, like, okay, you have this, it's kind of valuable, we want to see it in our society. You're an okay person, we're going to keep you alive, Going to give you what you want, basically. Congratulations, you made it. That's what the society says. But don't take things that you get from society for granted, because you can always lose them, first of all. But second of all, not everything is as valuable as you think. Like, even Andrew Tate, as I said, suggests that money is not that interesting past certain point, past owning 20 Bugattis at this point, am I right? So, because now you're running out of colors too, like, holy shit. What color of Bugatti can I own at this point? I got them all, man. I got them all. So, it's a pretty tough thing to, especially if you try to exploit society to get what you want, and then society's like, well, how much money do you fucking need? But at this point, you must understand also, society is right now more ignorant than is, and has less self-defense. So you can actually exploit society after you reach this point where you are in fact a celebrity. Now you can start exploiting and kind of asking way too much that you don't really need, and society doesn't have self-defense mechanism against this at the moment. We're just like mesmerized, and we're just like, oh, we'll give whatever you want, dude. Selling VPN? Oh man, I'm buying that VPN right now from 10 different YouTubers. I can't wait, guys. How many VPNs do I need? 20? Is 10 not enough? It's kind of weird though. Why is everyone selling a VPN, dude? Do YouTubers understand what competition is? But they don't care because they feel like, they're on top of the world. So they have their community, and their community is pretty tight and has a bubble around it. So they feel like, oh, I can just sell that one thing that doesn't really matter. Like VPN is kind of pointless. Um, Eventually, it's quite pointless, especially if you want to establish like an identity on the internet. Then all your data kind of matters. So yes, you could be collecting your own data technically, and it's quite a deviation. I don't want to go there and talk about this topic of data and VPNs, but you get it. Like they trying to sell the same product everyone, and it's the greatest cringe of all time, and that's why MrBeast is gonna get even more subscribers. It's that simple.
Is the ignorant state.
Wow, these guys even have the ultimate four element structure, but obviously they fucked up because they used red, and you never use red. Red is violence, guys. I use purple. But it's fine. This is like probably the ignorance, which is ironic because it is red instead of purple. But it's fine. I understand what happened there. So unconscious incompetence when you're lying to people, not necessarily being immoral. You're just lying to people because it could be just like your job. Like you could be making up storytelling, but it's just like your job to lie and trick people or whatever. And yes, there's different stages. Let's see what they talk about it, because I'm a little bit more curious, because I've already talked about four elements so many times. Now it's your job to like pick up the pieces, because I can't just keep repeating myself. It's not allowed if I want to stack a bunch of knowledge, I even have, a playlist. 25 videos so far. Bullshit breaking down or gold. There's only like 2 breakdown videos. I thought it was one more, but that's what it is for now. So let's see what this guy says now. It's so cool. When you put together a bunch of memes, it becomes a short, very meaningful video, and all you have to do is, yes, a little bit of voiceover or narration to stitch everything together. So I honestly don't believe how anyone is gonna top my YouTube rewind. It's gonna be so hard. I'm anticipating. It's probably gonna take 5 years for people to figure this shit out, maybe even longer. But now I'm just gonna sit back and eat popcorn. Of course not. I'm gonna keep on making shit even better each year. Alright. Maybe at some point I'll even convince myself to do editing of some kind. But for don't get teased by that. It's like 1% chance or something.
Is that you suck at it.
Yeah, this not necessarily 4 elements in this case, because every time 4 elements are brought up, they can be brought up in different context. So the best context to actually align this thing in is in fact these 4 colors that you see, guys. The gold, the grass, the touch grass thingy, the unconscious incompetence, the baby stage, and then the ultra crazy fucking super achievement and ruiner of my life. Why are you here, dude? I don't like you anymore. But these things are like super influential. So I separate them in groups in top 25, top 100. A half of all the entities that I've collected. If you're above half, you're green, and below half, you're blue. Alright. It's still like the water level. It's so cool, man. The gold and the whatever the purple material is, the epic, the legendaries. the absolute insanity. And it also aligns with the elements, with the perfect, order, which is water, earth, fire, and wind. Something you can memorize. So this it's so good. It's so good when you just with just colors you can define a lot of meaning. I love all this shit, and the internet is definitely missing much of this stuff. But while I feel ignored, it's getting a lot more expensive over time. Very nice. But society can afford everything. Society's a piece of shit, man. You might get as angry as you want, and you might break through, and you realize, and everyone is like, oh, clapping you, and like, oh, welcome, Gurnix, you're such a cool dude, and they're gonna give you everything all of a sudden. Now you're a celebrity. But until then, you live in shadows and despair and destruction, and you're almost dead because someone's about to slap you in the face. Holy shit, I'm scared, dude. Andrew Tate is watching. He's gonna slap a lot of people. I bet, man. That would make his life a lot more exciting and moral, I would say. Just because he's actually talking about his wealth and is being open, he's a lot more moral than other rich people, so you must understand that at least. And because he got banned, now he can't talk about it, so he's gonna be moral even if he doesn't talk about his wealth anymore, which is fantastic. I think any rich people would want to be banned at this point. Please don't ban me though, YouTube. I'm not gonna be able to live without using YouTube in full potential, in full non-ignorance mode, where I upload videos, I interact with the people, I can do full spectrum of things. If I get banned, all that just poof, but the consequence is I'll ready my slap hand, and every single person that works for YouTube, including some influencers, everyone's gonna get slapped. And this is gonna be my goal of life, man. I will at least induce the non-violent response that is the worst response that you could ever get. Sometimes it's like a ban from a Discord server or something. Whatever is possible that's equivalent to a slap. Because, again, there's more twists and turns, so there's more slappy things. Some people I can't reach because they're like miles and miles away, so there has to be like an internet equivalent of a slap as well. So I'm very excited about all of these things. We still haven't started even breaking this stuff down. But slowly, alright? You might not realize it, but I'm slowly picking up points that I remember, that shine through back in my memory. So it's all good, guys. We're priming ourselves. Just like every long video, I'm just priming all the way, because it's just too much material to just jump right in. We're just gonna start sinking, dude. I don't know how to swim, dude, so I have to prime myself.
We're talking about practice.
So yeah. The third step is like, in order to reach gold, you have to do it every day pretty much. Have passion for the stuff that really matters to you. It's quite simple, alright? Yes, I was clicking food because you eat food every day. There's no escape. Food has us. Food controls us all. What do we do, guys? Why do I belong to this food community, man? Is there an escape button that I can press right now? I don't want it to be in top 100 influences, guys. It's not fair. Yeah, this seems a pretty cool video. I'll subscribe just in case, because I don't want to be ignorant when I got served after all. And yeah, that's cool. Now we can start breaking shit down. Alright, where do we start? Yes, so we're prepared. Step 1. So, obviously, the most triggering thing is not attacking LGBTQ, whatever fucking garbage that is. It's literally a pile of poop that tries to make you feel good because it has everything, it has inclusivity, diversity, um, the fucking rainbow flag, everything you can imagine that would try and make you feel good. But it's a trap. Just a fucking goddamn trap in the end. It's candy with a razor blade as a flavor, dude. Or very expensive candy in the end, because, having asexuality is a very expensive thing that you have to find out about somehow. How much time and effort do you have to invest to find out your sexuality? Don't you just, live your life? No wonder these fucking idiots are happy, dude. Now I'm double thinking. Guys. Whether, I want to go back in time or not. Just because of LGBTQ. But we can make fun of them, so it's no problem. It's actually quite a big community of idiots. So, it burns very fast, I would say, if we set it on fire. Or, we can use it for fire to warm ourselves up, to make ourselves warm and happy. No problem. Anyways, the most controversial, the actual most controversial, I think, is the anti-science community, the conspiracy community. But, not really a conspiracy, because I also, twisted and turned the conspiracy theory community into something that I like, which is just straight up going against science because it sucks so bad, and endorsing logic instead. Alright, it seems like, but logic is not, based on experimentation and actual hard work. I don't know what you can even say at this point, because you do feel I can break those arguments down, so it only gets worse from there if I'm definitely not I can't even find good counter-arguments or anti-arguments against, not liking science. But the question is science a form of ignorance? Which is kind of weird, really. How's that possible? But science, we experiment and we find things out about life and we put it all together and eventually we can create technology. And technically, as long as your final goal is building technology, I'll give you a pass, But I will ignore you as well, dude. I'll just ignore whatever you're doing. Sure. And then you can sell your technology. I hope you're happy with the money that you get. That's very cool. But there's very much a way to get a balanced life, which is the best life you can get. And you're not gonna get it through science, unfortunately. Because your job is super weird. You're just poking reality and kind of seeing what happens instead of analyzing what is happening. You're making testing reality isn't something you should be doing, because the moment you test reality, you not get reality back. All right, you get the tested reality results, not the actual real results that have been happening the whole fucking time. You just had to open your eyes. So that's why I think science is quite a form of ignorance, because it's, it's forcing reality to look a certain way. Even using a microscope and zooming into things, or using a telescope to zooming into stars, you will see things, you will be able to define something, see some kind of patterns, but it could just deceive you very quickly. You don't know what reality is and how it works. And based on these weird observations, oh no, you better be observing life. But that's not what science is about, dude. And science branches out in a lot of weird ways. And it pretty much requires a separate episode just to laugh at science. So, let's leave it there, you know. I think I at least answered the question, you know. I hope you will have oh shit effect. More powerful than discovering something. I've created this because I realized after I've done that tiny bit of research of typing in ignorance, I could ask AI how to deal with ignorance or something like that. We could try. I'm a little bit scared that it's not going to be useful. Fuck my life with your... Seriously? How do I deal with ignorance? And I can't do it because fuck off, man. Why do I have to constantly log in, dude? Oh, man. All of... Yeah, I can't ignore things that are just not convenient enough right now, so... But yeah, the oh shit happens when you realize something you have been ignoring this whole time. I hope oh shit happens in a good way and not a bad way. Alright? It happens in a bad way when you just missed out on something entirely. I think you have like 10 years until you can successfully feel like you've missed out on something. And even then, it's kind of, you know, just slowly fading out of existence. Because you can sometimes see like TikTok resurfacing old songs or some bullshit like that. So anything is possible to some extent. But 10 years is a good estimate when things started to disappear from society at this point. So there's plenty of time to, you know, discover things. You just have to not be bored, because boredom is definitely bullshit, and put in that little bit of time to, well, start doing your research and seeing what you're interested about. Because the video is true. You have to care about things that build you up, specifically you. You have to understand your personality and all the things that will give you value, basically. Because value is quite subjective based on your personal needs. But I myself, I'm working now on like objective value, what's like quite valuable in general, what seems valuable in general, not just for myself, but obviously I only have me as a reference. It's just like I have the need to make sure that it's that I'm helping more than myself in the end, obviously. So eventually, I'm sure a lot of people have to do that stuff and realize, yes, it's much cooler when you're able to help other people at the same time. So it's a pretty obvious thing. So yeah, the oh shit moment, discovering things. That has been happening, you know, after I started doing this stuff. After I just stopped programming and just focusing on one issue that I'm trying to solve, and it was like a very complicated one. And it was just blocking out my life, unfortunately. Because it didn't let me explore too much. Yes, I dedicated like half of my time to relax and watch YouTube videos and kind of connect to what's going on. But there was this ultimate breakthrough. The falling love moment, and I just left the bullshit behind me. Everyone needs to know how to stack. It's probably one of the principles I can tell everyone, but not everyone like needs specifically to know how to stack. I can tell you, I can, you know, threaten you with like, you need to know how to stack, because stacking is like the most valuable thing for everyone. But again, it might not be the thing that gives you the most success in the end. That in the end becomes most valuable thing, the core thing, because stack is a stack, is just what is going to look like in the end. Everything kind of looks like a stack in the end. Everything is kind of measured of, well, how much value it is. So it's kind of a weird thing to say a stack is most valuable because it specifically focuses on value in general. That's what it's meant to do, to achieve highest value, you know, to squeeze value out of everything is build a stack. Yeah, but a stack is something that can also fall over if it's not good enough. So, you know, a pile of shit sometimes stacks a lot better than an actual stack that falls down eventually. So it's a weird one, actually. But that's the stuff you start learning when you learn principles. Like, you learn the nuances of life as well. Like, it's crazy stuff that sits in my brain and is still growing. Alright, so by the moment you guys gonna notice me, and probably the reason why you watch this video, your mind has been blown, like, into 20 million pieces or something. You got the oh shit, but like it was kind of exciting. I'm not sure. Based on your reaction of the oh shit when you discovered me, because I'm sure everyone is gonna have one. That's how you can base, like, this is like very important. All right, you must remember that one about me. All right, how you discovered me. You must remember that moment, because it's gonna kind of like determine how moral you are as well, in a way. Yeah, if you discovered me in a negative way or in a positive way, is probably gonna determine a lot of things. Anyways. Influencers don't care to even harvest their fields, meaning that most people not gonna go down to comments, even like the most liked comments. Which, look, this has 10,000 likes, and I'm sure this guy put a lot of effort, but then these comments have like half a thousand likes. 100. There's not many of many well-liked comments like that. Let's say you get 10 on average, that is like 1% of your like ratio. So you should collect that. Just drop a comment, no problem. Make sure people are appreciated for success. You know, they get some kind of actual reward for being liked. Because right now, the likes you get, you can like put them up your ass and feel good about yourself, kind of, but not really. And we should shame influencers for not doing that, because it seems quite important. Obviously, you have to do it properly, so it's fine. I understand. No one is doing it. It's not a trend. It's not a breakout trend. The moment something is trending, now you should be able to realize it's shifting society into accepting something completely new, and it's going to be a part of our lives, basically. So that's why trends have to happen, basically. And they have to be also very smart and well-designed trends. Sometimes trends can be, like, very stupid. I've heard suicide is pretty trendy. So, and yeah. There's always bad trends that can happen, but, society at least have some self-defense to remove those from rippling all over the place. Let's continue. Now, it is kind of a concern, right? Should you be worried about wars that are happening all across the world? Should you keep an eye on the wars? I think the coolest thing that could happen is like there could be like a threat map, like a colored threat map. There's like danger areas of, just to give you a sense of what's going on in the world. So you can click on the map and you can get news stories and all that stuff. I think I would like that sort of stuff. that you have to think about convenience. Then you know that that's how you solve problems, just by giving people convenience. So I'm not here to just research what's going on in the world, and no one is, unless it's a breakout story. This is why Ukraine was trending the first day on TikTok everywhere technically, but then it just kind of faded into obscurity because now we definitely can't focus on it over and over again. But it's still happening. So and who knows how long that's gonna last, and who knows how much the world is gonna descend into chaos past the COVID and inflation stuff. Like, please stop. I want to recover. I want to start building things. Like, it is as bad as it is. Like, people are very ignorant, but now things are getting worse. If things are getting worse, like, it might not stop getting worse until we stop being ignorant, which sounds really bad, actually. Sounds like it's gonna take a while, and a lot of people will die because of this shit. But, I'm doing my part. I'm doing one of the most important videos. And welcome to hour number 2. One of the cool things you can do to make people less ignorant is basically stay on social media and post regular updates, almost as a rule, or follow rules of updating yourself. It's really cool. It's really cool to have like expectations of other people and connect to them. And again, so some people do it better than others, but like, yeah, if you truly love celebrities or admire some certain idols, if you have them, most likely the chance is they post regularly. So if you truly admire them, don't ask them to keep posting regularly. That's not what you should be doing as a fan. Your fan is to get the vibe of doing somewhat something similar in that sense, and getting the feeling of what they feel. And that's the true appreciation, is being able to actually share the experience and not take the experience and twist it and take the value. So that's the true appreciation, man. The true appreciation of watching my 2-hour videos, or whatever, how long this thing is to make your own 2-hour videos. That's the only way out of ignorance, my friend. No, obviously the only way is to work very hard, whatever you define as work. Not very hard. You're not forcing yourself to work. You just kind of work because you don't want to be bored, and you don't want to do useless things and pretend that you need to relax all the time or whatever. Yes, if you have a lack of free time, but you still need to do valuable things with your free time, like really valuable and not ignorant things. So, in order to appreciate the free time you have, and one of the most important things you have to do is find out how to get more free time. Obviously, if you have a lack of free time, that's your highest priority. So, not to even just try and squeeze value of the time you have left. No, to get as much free time as possible. That's the only thing you should be thinking about. And most people are going to be able to have that when they retire. I mean, when they die. That's when they get a lot of free time. If that's the case, well, you're screwed. You're an eternal slave, and unfortunately, your life sucks. It's one of those moments you might want to just go live with those indigenous people, or whatever they're called, in the jungle, because they seem happy. And I don't know, they probably still don't have much free time, however, so we'll never know. But you never know. Maybe it's fine to travel there and find out. So I'm just throwing ideas for possibilities of escape. You have to be aware if you want to escape. I'm just a lucky dude who has infinite free time for now. And every single influencer technically is kind of lucky, but they have to, give value to their fans, or they're going to be kicked out quite consistently, at least. Not quickly, but consistently. Most people want to stop being ignorant the last moment, forced out of ignorance when the time is over. So I recognize that, and that's why I created the slap movement. It's time to slap people who are ignorant. It's very simple. Alright? Not necessarily when they're like a bunch of haters and immoral, because detecting immorality is quite hard, but if you can in fact detect it, a slap is imminent for sure. See, the question about Will Smith's slap is he, did the comedian really deserve the slap or not? But, these are a bunch of actors, and they did the best thing to, shock the public, and congratulations. It definitely worked. Now it's a part of the culture to talk about the slap and embrace it as much as possible. So thank you for that. I finally have a meme for YouTube Rewind, which I in fact added into YouTube Rewind. That's the only reason why I'm talking about it, I guess. When you pursue a job or a relationship, your ignorance is challenged. Because, pursue of anything, of any kind of goal, you cannot be ignorant about it anymore. Obviously, focus means that you're going to be ignorant about everything else around you, which is not a good state of being. In fact, that is when you know you are actually outside of your comfort zone when you're trying to pursue something. Because, again, being not acknowledging the things that you already have is going to destroy a lot of things that you have. A lot of relationships going to burn down. Like, an obvious example, like, I have a friend, and all of a sudden that friend has a girlfriend, and he doesn't care about me that much anymore, or tries to explain what's happening with his relationship. I would fully invest into his relationship, but if he's like shading me or whatever, just ignoring me all of a sudden because he's like busy or bullshit like that, that hurts. That really hurts, and I wouldn't recommend doing that. You can slowly phase into another relationship, but you definitely grab it, put it into your world, slap it if you have to, and but you introduce your relationship to your friends. You're happy about it. You make sure you don't lose things. That's the fucking principle of stacking. First of all, is to not lose the foundation of your goddamn fucking stack. You're not gonna be floating in the air in love with a fucking cloud. The cloud can just evaporate. Alright, split itself apart and just falling down. And you're probably gonna crash and die in the end. One way or the other, dude. Maybe you'll find out about your death like 20 years later. It's like, oh, oops. But that's the metaphorical death, and it hurts quite a lot, dude. When you're just chasing clouds, is that what you're doing? So you're building up a stack just to reach a cloud, and you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna live my fantasy, and that cloud happens to be fake, and the actual stack that you stacked up to that cloud, that was the real thing, Maybe you bragged about getting closer and closer to that girl or a job that you like, to your friends, and talking to your friends was treating them as important, that you need to brag to them specifically. That was potentially more important than getting the actual job and then getting paid and then being able to cut off all the connections. You never know, dude. It's life is so complicated, dude. I just sit here, I'm oozing with complexity, man. What is happening? Am I sinking as well as a thinker? Well, I'm doing my job, dude. I'm doing my job, but technically I lost all my friends, so technically, man, I'm as hypocritical as I can be, am I right? Fuck my friends, man. Fuck my friends. I have a Discord channel I can be reached out to any moment, dude. And there are in fact most of my friends do in fact know that I have a Discord channel. So there's no excuse, unfortunately. There is no excuse to pretend that I don't exist anymore. Especially when I update my stuff every single day, you can just ask a simple question. I will definitely answer. There's absolute zero excuse. All right, at least to like poke your head once every 3 months or something like that, just to see what kind of relationship you have in your disposal. What can you do with it? All that stuff shouldn't be that difficult, but nobody did it so far. So I'll just assume I have no friends that I can truly, rely on. So I definitely cut off that garbage. See, I have to approach it in a non-ignorant way. And I don't see a solution here. I could try and poke them real hard to show them an example of what they should be doing to me. But that's now an advanced move. That's now an advanced chess move. I have to learn that one. All right, that will take a lot of skill to learn, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to learn that in next few years. We'll see. Who knows if I'm gonna be desperate or not. However, I do have a lot of dreams of like classmates, people who I don't really even want to reach, but they apparently have like an emotional hold on me or something. School really traumatized me, okay? It gave me hot girls to pursue that, reject me, and it gave me dudes that now haunt my dreams, apparently. So, fuck that. Fuck school, man. Shove it up your ass. Nothing but bad things came out of it. Plenty of ignorance in the school environment, I'll tell you that much. That shit sucks so bad. So no wonder we're very ignorant, because that's where we started with. But I wouldn't guess anything else but that the fact that kids will always be traumatized by how reality works. There's no escape. Trauma is everywhere. It doesn't matter how you design the world. You're just gonna traumatize kids as a consequence. I don't see a solution to that. So, yes, school sucks, but there's no replacement to school, unfortunately. So, good luck with that one. If I'm so concerned, why don't I pursue force less ignorance? So, this is the question of like, why don't I like make sure that people watch my videos? Like, just force it. But that force is a very interesting word. You shouldn't be using it, because forcing anything does not work, unfortunately. Again, the same thing happens where you're stacking up and reaching out to something, and once you reach it, you just fall down, basically. And the integrity of the stack can falter. What you have to do is like, as you're building a stack, yes, you can reach out to certain things now, and you can even observe new things, but you shouldn't try and force to reach anyway. You just grab what's convenient to you. So if I can conveniently reduce ignorance, I'll keep that in mind. Just having something in mind as a principle that's always active. Always, hey, listen, this guy's an asshole, slap him. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. That's how we do it, man. We take opportunities, that's simple. Obviously, you have to learn how to take opportunities. You have to hone all these skills. It's cool. It's very cool. So yeah, I can't wait to get better. Obviously, and impress a bunch of people. And once you're like on top of the world, that's when people are gonna start noticing you for sure. All right, because people notice only the best of the best, unfortunately. And while you're slightly in a disadvantage, you're in a big disadvantage. Now you're in the shadow realm, guys. You have lost the battle. You lost the competition. And I'm literally competing against everyone all at once. But that's like a new type of competition, so I'm not sure why I'm losing. Because I don't feel competition, like this. Maybe it's like the new thing, so no one's aware that this competition even exists. Of collecting influences and all that shit. So now I have to prove to the world, so it's like completely different thing, dude. Or I have to just survive. That's the real game for me. It's just, if I can survive like 10 years, people are gonna start noticing that I even exist, guys. That's crazy, dude. 10 years past my activation of passion or whatever. And potentially I haven't yet activated my passion. Who knows, right? I just established a lot of tools that I have to control my passion, but I may have not yet activated it, which we'll find out next year, potentially. So, it's so interesting. Life is very interesting. Once you figure out how to handle ignorance, holy moly, dude. Holy shit. Alright? You getting the oh shit moment yet? No, you again, the moment you've met me and you realized how valuable my content is, that's the moment you have to fucking capture, dude, or remember right now, dude. Because that's all you're gonna care about for a long time, potentially. And that's the true handshake, If we ever meet, just talk about that moment and how you felt. You can lie to me if you want. But it's not gonna go very well. You have to like truly decode that feeling, Because yes, the feeling can change over time, in fact. A lot of memories do change quite a bit. Or at least the way you feel about them. Or the amount of knowledge you have about them. I know that part. But, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, as long as it's an authentic memory, it's quite easy to detect lies if you know what you're doing. You just simply ask more questions. That's it, man. Sometimes you can use knowledge to be more ignorant, which is kind of cool, right? You can use power and proceed into doing something immoral as being more ignorant. You got just a little bit of power and you immediately invest it into allowing yourself to be more ignorant now. Oh, I can relax now. I can do whatever the fuck I want now. Good luck, man. Good luck. That is a wrong move. Alright? It's like, oh, now I'm winning the chess game, so I'll just stop making progress entirely. I'll just ignore whatever my opponent is doing. I'll just pretend that I already won or something. Well, no, you relax. When the game is over, everything has its own time. But I don't know if I have a really good example about this, of being more ignorant. It's just when people like find a community or attach themselves to a specific thing, they allow themselves to just be consumed just by this one thing that they're interested in. In fact, if you try and hold a conversation, if they're obsessed about one thing, like you feel like they're like an immovable object. Oh, I'm a fan of this thing, we're gonna talk about this thing and nothing else. And like, if you don't do deviations and explore other topics, you're just not interesting as a person. You probably don't even exist, man. You probably don't know what existence is, at least on social media, dude. If you cannot deviate and explore other things, yes, you can use your little idol as a little Pokemon that you caught in your life. Let's see how strong it is. Yeah, you maybe leveled it up very high, but I have like a lot Pokemon that I can throw at your little Pokemon. And I probably trained them a lot better too, because I'm just knowledgeable about Pokemon. So all of a sudden, you know, if you do not deviate and you just have one Pokemon you're holding on to, uh, I don't know if I care, man. It feels like a fucking baby with a plushie, man. Like, I don't want to hurt you, dude. But that's the thing, you know. You get your plushie, and now you're gonna hold on to it and be ignorant to everything else that's happening because everything looks scary and dark and disgusting. But you have that thing you're holding on to, so I'm sure everything will be all right. You know. But as you grow up, like, you look more and more miserable if you're just holding on to one thing and you care about one thing. Yeah, if you're not flexible enough, holy moly, you're just not gonna be able to dodge bullets, dude. Because you're not gonna move out of the way of the bullets. But on the internet, bullets are not that fast, so you just have to move, you know. But if you just attach to one thing, people will know from which angle to shoot. So you're gonna move in that one direction, and unfortunately, you're still gonna catch the bullet. I'm sorry, dude. And it's gonna hurt, man. Ignorance is definitely gonna hurt. Alright. The dream world problem. It's a terrifying one. Understanding what the dream world is a separate video. Because I'm starting to decode what dream world could potentially be just based on the logical observations. Like, why does it exist? Most importantly, what kind of information it gives you. Even like recently, Taylor Swift showed up, which is like, oh, fantastic. Took you a long time. And guess what she said to me? Yeah, the most generic bullshit. You have to get a breakout song. Yeah, thanks, Taylor. Or I guess song. Was she like specific? I don't remember anymore. That sucks. So but I will always remember that. That's now a part of my memory. It's like a very recent dream, so it's really cool. It actually happened like December 14, like right after her birthday. So it kind of makes sense why she would appear in my dreams. And now you should be mind blowing yourself, because why would there be so many coincidences? Stop it, Taylor. All right, like, she appeared once in my dream, but I didn't really understood what she was doing there. But now, like, this was a vivid fucking thing. The only thing I'm scared of is that it may not be Taylor, but we talked about, like, songs and making songs, a breakout song. That there's no one else who has broken out a song more than Taylor, okay? No one knows why. So she kind of, like, defined herself that way, introduced herself into my dream. Maybe the aspect of what we're talking about not necessarily that interesting as the fact that she appeared and has a personality and is very vivid too. And like the dream world, that's the real thing you have to do. Not become lucid or something, but to appreciate how it looks like. All right? The dream world is going to tell you what you should be concerned about, what matters. Like, a lot of concepts just floating around in the dream world. It's definitely a cool thing to just ponder what the fuck did you dream about in case you do remember. But if you easily forget, you have to just move on, you know? The dream world didn't grab you with nightmares or with candy of all sorts that you can have. The lucid candy or the nightmare fuel that you want to try and escape. So, it's very interesting. The dream world is quite fascinating. and scary, because we don't know how it works exactly, but now I'm starting to understand. Now I'm starting to understand that these people, these high-level influencers, if they show up in my dream, holy shit, that's first of all a very rare thing, and very memorable thing too, and probably has incredible amount of meaning too, which that's what makes it also memorable, but like, whoa, holy shit, man. Holy shit. If you can actually remember your dream, holy fucking shit. Alright? And if there's... I only remember, like, important influencers. Maybe for you guys, dreams a little bit different, but this is for me, you know. I crafted my own life. I will suffer the consequences, guys. Alright. Anyways, the pursuit of power in exchange of likely being ignorant, which to choose. It's kind of similar to this one. So, do you take power? Just like we kind of discussed this. Do you take the skill, or do you fix the fact that you're ignorant? Which one would you choose? I would always try and fix the biggest problem that you can, you know, solve in your life. The life is going to get a lot better. And technically, that's kind of a good source of power too, just fixing your life. Again, pursuit of power and forcing yourself to claim as much power as possible is probably possible, but it's going to damage your identity, the things that you have built so far. You have to detach yourself from that. It's actually quite possible to invade a territory of power, to lose your identity, to lose everything, to sacrifice everything for greater, for potentially winning a lottery, basically. But you can't risk winning a lottery. You have to know that you have very good chances. So, yeah, there's probably some kind of stuff like that going on, and I can't break it down because this is like completely new territory for me. Trying to pursue something that might transcend you, pursue transcendental value. That's some crazy shit. That is beyond just stacking at this point. I don't know what this is. This is completely new material, guys. I don't know, man. I'll keep that in mind, though. Isn't ignorance the worst form of bullshit ever? Yes, it is. Short question, short answer, I mean. Is everything working alright? I can't be ignorant about that. As much as people love to brag and flex, they love their ignorance even more. You know, because the reason why people love ignorance so much is that in order to brag and flex, they also have to induce ignorance onto other people. They have to convince them that whatever they're bragging and flexing about is actually very valuable and have a lot of reasons to be that way. So, and it's not just a facade and a lie, you know. That's why you need reasons and evidence to support your bragging flex, alright? Most of the reasons why people brag and flex so they can trap you. You know, they can seduce you and trap you. So, be careful. You know, most of it is just a scam. And that's why they're trying to feed you ignorance so you give up the values that you have. Like, oh, this is a disgusting strategy. It has to be stopped. These people have to be slapped out of existence at this point. So, yeah, that's how you approach narcissism, I would imagine. And yes, some evil people love ignorance. Evil people love ignorance, and good people do not like it. In fact, that's probably a ridiculously good indication of morality, of whether you like ignorance or not. In fact, right now, internet is kind of a little bit divided because if you type in ignorance is a bliss, you get a song, which is not really an ignorant way to introduce ignorance. However, I would rather have a video like this be the pop-up thing first. You can hide me, but I will pop up in some other ways anyways. So, it would be very interesting to be on top of the search, but it's really hard to actually get there. Even with my YouTube rewind, nobody cares, and it's not going up there. And I even actually, my peak watch time was like 8 minutes, and now it's just 1.5 minutes, and it keeps going down, which is like, how is this even possible? Am I being under attack or something? Are people just clicking, compromising me by clicking and unclicking from a video? What is happening, dude? This is almost like we're at war, or people just be turning into goldfishes because the longer we wait, the more TikTok-y the world gets, scrolly and impatient. I mean, you can make all kinds of theories at this point, but obviously this is like in a span of like a few months. So maybe like 4 months ago, I was able to peak at 8 minutes simply because I was uploading me playing card games, which is very addicting, and you can't really click away that easily. So it's very weird stuff. Statistics is very weird because there's not a lot of logic that you can actually get from that unless you do it over a long period of time and understand every aspect of statistics, because it's also quite trappy, I would say. Anyways, yeah, you can't just ignorantly look at the view count or subscriber count. None of these things matter as much as you think they do. Oh man, dude. We're gonna wake up a lot of YouTubers and people who think their subscriber count matters. Good luck with that one. Yeah. Me slap everyone who has more than 10 million subscribers. I'm ready. Dude. Me slap real hard. Maybe Mr. Beast can fucking dodge my slap, but someone else is gonna slap him anyways. I'm gonna hire someone else, alright? Just like, just like he hires and spends a lot of money and all that stuff. I'll, just like every YouTuber eventually like gets their custom play button or something, I'll give them a special slap from a special someone else, not myself anymore. Which kind of probably would happen naturally anyways. If I really wanted to slap someone, I can't just travel to America anyways. I have to hire a hitman, dude, or make this very trendy. But again, if you slap without a reason, because the slap is the death, basically, it's game over. It's you have to recognize you have been defeated. Now you have to figure out what that means. Is the slap real or not? Who actually wins? Because if the slap is not real, whoever slapped you is gonna lose. But if the slap is real, now it's gonna hurt. Alright, now it has to be a part of your memory stack. You better collect that one. You better remember that one. I wouldn't imagine there's gonna be a lot of slaps in your life to begin with, so that's a good one to remember, I would imagine. Ignorant. Obviously, there's playful slaps. None of these count. It has to be coming from like a person who knows, who shouldn't be slapping you right now. All right, it shouldn't be something you expect. Most importantly, right? It has to be like serious. It has to come from like an angry person. That sort of stuff. Like, are you serious? Why are you slapping you? That you have to feel that sort of confusion, first of all. That's a good reaction, That's a good start. Confusion. Alright? Then you got a potential game over screen if you're like very confused what the fuck is happening. Ignorance will always cause problems. It's pretty much the source of bullshit. And we kind of discussed that. I also discussed the discovering hot pop singers, guys. And now they're in my dreams. So sweet. Kind of 2.5. I'm not sure about Rebecca Black. It feels like I kissed her in a dream, but I want to see her a few more times to be sure. But a kiss is something I should be able to remember, and I do. It just feels again blurry. But yeah, cool. I kissed a gay girl. Yeah. Why would I do that? Do I really have to like her so much to try and remove her gayness? That seems immoral. Yeah, fuck that shit. I don't believe in that shit, so you'll have to convince me, dude, that being gay is a possibility of some kind, and not just like a trauma response or something. Because if people can eat medicine as a trauma response and not feel like it's absolute nonsense, then you can also be gay and not think that it's nonsense. Good luck with that. I have my perfect reasons to be concerned about the existence of gay. Alright, so pop singers, I don't even know how good it is because I only get to test it on myself. However, the roller coaster ride that I'm building on is like, holy shit. No one wants to know what I'm doing right now. No one cares. That's kind of weird. Now I'm just like in a weird territory, like, dude, I want to share this with someone and no one cares. I have free tickets, no one cares. What, you rather watch football than talk to me at this point? Man, this sucks, man. This really sucks. This fucking sucks. Maybe I would rather... No. You know what I would rather do? I still remember myself saying... I would rather, like... go on Tinder and interact with girls and see what happens. See if I can, like, find some cool interactions that I could make, potentially. So, yeah. Is Tinder aware? It should be, right? It is. 400 green. So, that's cool. I'll think about it. But I'm busy right now. I don't want it to succeed. That's the problem. I don't feel like Tinder deserves any of this praise. But, a bunch of cool girls potentially just like sitting there and waiting and choosing wrong people. And they need to be slapped in the face, but I can't reach a person who can just quickly ban me and refuse. Actually, I don't want to be... They just, like, stop time before you even... You get so close and they just stop time. Actually, you can't slap me right now. I'll just remove you from my world really quickly. Before you slap someone, you have to make sure they don't have self-defenses like that. Because, god damn it, dude. That sucks. But honestly, like, slap is such a simple thing to do. Well, it's not. Because you have to be fuming. You have to be ready. You have to break through all their defenses. And you have to make sure that there's that secret weapon that stops time and just removes you from their life entirely. And yes, I'm talking about the internet world, where you can actually do that. In reality, it's still kind of similar. It's still very difficult to, like, approach a person, to travel to their location, to deliver them a penny if you have to. Anyways, do not put restrictions on what you're attracted to. Alright, so, I will start calling LGBTQ community as Rainbow Nazis, because that's a lot easier to pronounce. So, the Rainbow Nazis think they can just put restrictions and call it sexuality. Very funny. Oh, oh, I actually remove restrictions by becoming bisexual. Yeah, that was a very funny joke, and I broke it down. So watch that video. But fuck it, man. Do not put restrictions. You're gonna be attracted, and you want to spread love everywhere. So it's like, duh, duh. And you want to receive love from everyone as well. Like, what's the point of restrictions, dude? I'm actually attracted to animals right now. Ew! I want to see porn of that. Okay. I say ew, but I want to see it, guys. I want to see it. How to manage your comfort zone. I'm not sure I can approach this. Man, I'm outside of my comfort zone. What I mentioned, well, forcing anything is outside of your comfort zone. Sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes there's something really cool and you have to grab it. So you go off on a mission to grab something you really want. I mean, you missed your stack by a few centimeters. It's not convenient anymore. So you just go on a mission. You go outside your comfort zone. The crazy thing you are doing right now. It's like you can't breathe underwater. You can't go outside your comfort zone and pretend you're going to be able to survive for a long time without damaging yourself. So you better do this quick. It's a very tough situation. Does it have to do with ignorance though? Well, you can imagine a lot of ignorant people would just go outside of comfort zone to flex of how powerful they are and how intimidating they are, and they can do whatever they want whenever they want. But in the end, if you're not ignorant, you're not gonna fall for their fucking tricks, man. Intimidation is bullshit a lot of the time. But yes, you have to acknowledge everything. You can't just anger the bull. The bull is gonna charge, so make sure you can get out of the way and just leave. Just leave the fucking bull. Don't even play with him. Nah. Don't make him more angry. Because a human bull is a little bit more dangerous than an actual bull. A person who just attaches to you to try and destroy your life. Like, ugh. Now we have a problem, dude. Anyways, a job of an influencer. Well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, I've told you guys about people who love going outside of their comfort zones to just show how cool they are, you know? Oh, I can do it anytime. Oh, I'm sure you can do it. And eventually that kind of becomes their new comfort zone of leaving the comfort zone. So essentially they're like trapping themselves in the new comfort zone. So they're not comfortable anymore, not leaving their comfort zone, which is just the most funny and ironic thing that can happen. It's just like, oh, I can do this other thing, but now you cannot do the first thing that is a human instinct to do in terms of how you manage your comfort zone. You probably don't want to do that, but some personalities do it anyways because that's their valuable golden trait that they have, that they stand out with, you know? Always going outside of comfort zones. You know, they can build bridges between people. They can get their dream job really quickly. All sorts of new potential things are available to these specific people with these specific personalities, and it's pretty cool. But do not take their advice. All right, it's garbage. It's pure garbage. They mastered this thing. They had the entire life mastering this thing, but they also missing a lot of pieces of their own. And they probably cannot hold many relationships that they build or things that they acquire in life, they just can't hold it, potentially, because they always go outside of the comfort zone of, like, what is considered a comfort zone at this point. It's a tough one, right? But it's so interesting. A job of an influencer needs to involve knowing the core functions. What does that mean, dude? Well, it's kind of interesting, because right now influencers kind of understand what they have to do. They just have to make entertaining content. But do they know why? What is the deeper purpose? How to make your videos more meaningful? I'm trying to answer a lot of core questions that influencers might have. It's still annoying that everyone ignores me, but I'll keep doing that because I'm very hopeful. I might be able to start reach out to people, but I'm still a little bit like confused of. Maybe they're like so ignorant. Maybe the entire YouTube community just has to burn down for people to just wake up. Like, things could be that bad, because things looking bad in real life, so they cannot be better in the digital world. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as escape into a digital world. All right, especially when the touch grass is a meme on the rise, dude. Is still floating around. Fuck that meme, dude. I'll be attached to my digital world because my real world seemingly is super boring and has nothing else to offer but freedom. So I just invest everything here. But everyone else, I'm not sure about you guys. I'm not sure. You might be in a lot of trouble. But we'll see, dude. So when it comes to influencers, okay, what else do I have? Most influential things they could talk about. Yeah. So the idea is bringing back the old idea now that I came up with, is that 50% of your content as an influencer has to be dedicated to something else. In fact, it has to be on your main channel. Your main channel is going to include whatever other people want you to do, and the other half is whatever you feel like doing, like for real, and making sure that it's a little bit outside of what people expect you to do. You don't need to force it, but it's probably very likely it's going to be not what people want from you. Your deep desires are going to be misaligned a little bit. All right. But this will only happen once people realize that subscription count does not matter. It's your fucking mental health that matters. For fuck's sake, dude. So that 50-50 split is like, right now, the core idea that I have, that influencers need to start learning that shit. All right. So if you want to influence influencers, here's your weapon. Here's your dagger, dude. It might do a little bit of damage here and there. We'll see, guys. I'll keep crafting more weapons as we go. Alright, almost hour 3, but once I finish this, I'll just, make sure that this video is as short as possible, so hitting the 2-hour mark is probably a good spot to stop. After all, I would just be grinding myself, trying to find what to think about, because my mind is turned off. I would rather drift away into the dream world and try and get another influencer to talk to me. Fantastic. Yes, I'll do my breakout song at some point. I'm sure. I'm sure, guys. But yeah, I do intend to do singing. I do have the talent for making tunes in my head, and I'm sure you can turn that into songs. I mean, I've listened to songs not just for entertainment. I do it for research, and I kind of know what sounds good, so I'm pretty sure I can replicate it. But the problem is, there has to be like a need, a request, yes, like, now that I uploaded like hundreds of videos, it would be so refreshing to hear a song from me, to hear like a self-expression, and I I can't wait if I when I have technology to do it. All right, I'm not sure what that looks like, but yeah, it's still not an easy to achieve goal to just start singing it. I can't. I don't have money to invest into this shit, dude. So it has to just come naturally to me. Should it trigger people? Wait, where are we right now? Okay, only intense situations. Only in intense situations you can figure out who is crazy and how much. We kind of discussed this by the oh shit moment. There's obviously more intense situations, and the idea is based on whether people can control their emotions or not. So we kind of just touched on that. It's pretty cool. Like, the idea of emotions is like super interesting. Because it's like the basics of everything, and it's impossible to dodge emotions most of the time. And if you can dodge emotions, then you're in control technically. But the problem is, dodging emotions is so much harder than you think, because you can't just lock yourself up in a room, because you're gonna have emotions of what is happening outside. Should you be outside? Uh, Not just like what you're missing out on, but like what are you losing? You're starting to lose things. People starting to lose trust in you, and all those things are just falling apart. So this is very uh interesting. Of like, is there a way to consistently dodge emotions? The best solution I found is like, you have to stop being ignorant, all right? Because there is no easy solution. It's just work, work, work. Everything that pops up is a request for you to work on something else, basically. So you pick up the greatest request when you're very busy. Like, your emotions can't really catch you that easily, because you're really passionate about something. You really have to do something. Your emotions have to wait, basically. No matter what's happening, it's fine. It's like, whatever. You're too busy. It's okay. But when you're not busy, you should be riddled with depression, anxiety, all these things. Have it. All right. I'll give it to you, dude. No problem. If someone brings up that, oh, I'm very depressed right now. Hey, you're a fucking loser. You deserve this, dude. Ask yourself where you got it from, dude. You got it because you can't control your emotions anymore for some reason. Now you have to work really hard to break them down. And if you hire help to work for you, well, you start losing money, and, you know, you'll start losing the uh, idea that you yourself are self-sufficient as a person. You will lose trust in yourself, which is, I think, one of the most destructive things you can do to yourself, is not be able to solve most emotional problems by yourself. Instead, you're gonna bitch about your life to someone else. You guess what's gonna happen? Now they have the right to stab you in the back whenever they want, and steal stuff from you, more than you have asked. You've been asked to give, but because you're vulnerable now. And that should scare the shit out of you and put you in another emotional turmoil, which you try to solve, but because you're not self-sufficient, unfortunately, it just goes worse and worse. Alright? In a society, is not fucking community, dude. In a society, you have to be self-sufficient, dude. You have to discover yourself and what it means to be a human being. And that is scary, but, yeah. It also is very liberating to know that stuff. In the end, alright? Oh, in the end, it doesn't even matter. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're dead, bro. You're dead. Don't tell me that one. Alright? It does matter. That guy was lying. He lying, man. Alright. Should you trigger people just to try and get some attention? I trigger myself sometimes, so it's just like a natural thing to, again, sprinkle comedies, sprinkle trigger warning signs of whatever is out there. Alright? YouTube told me that I cannot talk about people or races as bugs. You bunch of insects, a bunch of black insects. That's who you guys are. And I will be banned from YouTube for saying that if someone sees this video and reports me. You bunch of black insects. I don't know who you are or what your particular set of skills. Like, what is so hate speech about that, dude? It's fucking weird. You can come up with all kinds of weird rules. And they're meant to be broken. They're meant to trigger people to get you attention. And stupid rules have to be kind of broken as long as you don't go to jail for it, because that's, that's the cringe areas. Like, man, I guess I'll follow your rules, Mr. Government. Yeah. Don't mess with the government. Don't mess with the power creepers, like, just ignore them. Those are actually meant to be ignored, but everything on social media right now is like a fucking dream world. You have access to everything, dude. But most importantly, you have to have access to friends who also have access to everything. So you must be a little bit more respectful of your surroundings, not just the things you want to have from the internet, because you will not have the things you want unless you ask the right questions. What are the right questions to ask? Well, be respectful and you'll figure it out, dude. You'll figure out. Well, I'll figure out for you. It's not that difficult. But again, most people will not make it this far, so if you made it to hour number 2, you're a fucking genius already. I should give you all my gold that I found. But I will make a specific new channel that will start triggering people so I get even more attention. I'm planning to do a second channel. I'm just not sure when it's gonna happen. Maybe it will never happen. Maybe someone else will do it. But, I'm still proving that idea. So, I get closer and closer. Because it does bother me. Whatever bothers me, I have to solve it eventually. This last year, I was able to break out from most of my ignorance holding me back. So, why this past year specifically? This past year is the, pivot point, simply because things escalate over and over again. So I've been able to release this year, maybe even like 3 months ago. I don't remember, but I have Discord to check out. So influence tracker, I just type in this shit, and I get influence tracker first release at month 10, so it's 2.5 months since I released it, meaning I kind of you can call it 3 months because it took me 2 weeks to do it, but yeah, it's really cool. What are we trying to solve here this last year? So I've been able to transcend this into next level, and it definitely feels like next level, clicking actual buttons that I can just drag around. Like, that is a whole nother level than just have like this console thing looking thing. Like, again, you have to imagine I have none of this stuff. Everything is like shrunk down and put into this like little console box. And I have to click around this shit. So it's very empowering, to say the least, to be able to summon any amount of buttons and keep them around, have different colors, being able to access all the information laid out like this, have this like cool little health bar that fills up, like all these things. And most importantly, you can easily update this sort of stuff and actually see a result. And even up on top of that, there's even more buttons that I can summon, which is this button, dude. The clicker button. The counter, I call it. That can count even different things. But, and we probably just even started, but, you know, like, not really. Because, we started at 2020. The concept of calculating and collecting value of people was born in 2020. Alright, capturing Pokemon. That was Ariana Grande year, basically. And it makes so much sense, right? Like, all these years make so much sense. Everything makes so much sense. I'm just mind blown of what the fuck is going on. So this year was one of those years of like where I'm mostly have full freedom to do whatever I want. And so I was able to break out from even more ignorance than I usually would do. Because what I want to do is just like become better and improve. That's usually what everyone wants to do. So I had to improve on top of what I already had, which is quite difficult to do, but it makes a big difference in the end. So I definitely worked very hard on my YouTube channel. I started making thumbnails. That was a breakout moment. That broke my ignorance. So yeah, like, a lot of things, just slight changes, but they were able to, you know, push me to the next level again. I'm not sure if it's still gonna keep on happening this way, if there's something else I have to do that's gonna change my life. Yes, it's gonna happen over time, to life-changing stuff, and I can still improve small little tweaks here and there, but eventually, you know, it might just get very difficult. I don't know. I don't anticipate the future in case it's not looking good. Like, who wants that? So I wouldn't say it's like specifically breaking down ignorance, because every year was like breaking down ignorance to some extent. Except like the yellow year was more of me sacrificing something in exchange for something way more valuable, which is getting paid, dude. Thank you for that one. Most influencers are not that ignorant. They're just very busy. We kind of know that. We kind of respect that part about the influencer world, but I still don't agree that they can get away without the core functions of truly understanding how to be very happy and very, you know, aware of things. They cannot be aware of things if they spend all their time on one specific community. Yes, you can grind. Yes, you got the taste of gold and you want as much as possible, but you can't be ignorant, unfortunately. You're gonna have to give all that gold away most of the time, and if it's too late, like all of it, nothing is yours anymore, because you just wasted all your time mining gold, and you just literally didn't spend enough time evaluating how good that gold really is in different functions of your life. You know, that's the problem. You might miss out and completely destroy the stack that you have been building up all this time, because it was just about one thing. And one thing it's a very thin stack. It's very easy to destroy one thing. You know, don't. However, Hearthstone is not one thing anymore. Hearthstone community is bigger than you can ever imagine. Like, I experienced Minecraft into some like very deep levels, and I'm telling you guys, Hearthstone at least 4 times bigger than what Minecraft is. And it should kind of twist your head quite a bit, but like, I'm very confident with this idea, because Hearthstone sandbox games are not like rippling across the internet besides Minecraft, and Minecraft is just one thing that can be destroyed, and I've been trying to destroy it for a long time, so I know what it is. 3,000 points of influence versus 21,000 points of influence. At least 4 times bigger. Alright. From my perspective, it's almost like 6 or 7 times bigger. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I even will give you that much. Minecraft is poop. Alright? Minecraft is figured out, and it's absolute garbage. And if you spend all your time being a Minecraft influencer, good luck, dude. You woke up way too late, man. I don't know what you're doing. You're gonna get cancer. And you're gonna get cancelled for how ugly your face is. You're gonna get 2 things, alright? No matter how good of a Minecrafter you are. Those are guaranteed. Alright, so you better start with that elbow review. Reveal or review. I don't know which one you want to do. Anyways, yeah. And fast. Alright. This last... Yeah, you don't want your face reveal as a Minecrafter be the most tragic event of all time. I'm just saying that. Alright? I'm just saying. This last year, I was able to... Yeah, okay. Okay. It's still insane how AI could change everything. Will we get to choose how AI operates, what we'll be able to do with AI? But, you know, AI is going to change the way internet works. So the question is, who's going to decide how to steer AI in one way or the other? Because it's going to kind of like change the landscape of the internet, and that's a big deal, alright? It's like the new version of Minecraft. I don't know, man. Because it will change the way we interact with everything, the way we look at other entities. Everything will change then. And AI is kind of one of those things that will take over. But will we let it take over? Eventually, we kind of can't hold back. Again, I treat AI as like a dream world. Yes, you can exist and give me whatever you want, Mystery AI. As long as I can, not consent and leave whenever I want. I can just wake up and no more AI for me. Just pure reality. Not some AI generated garbage. So, I love the dream world reference that I'm making here. And I can't wait to see if it's true or not. It better be true. Because it makes too much sense. Should you take anything seriously? And the answer is not really. But respect it for sure. Why would you need to take anything seriously? Like, you got life for free and you taking anything seriously? Obviously, you have to respect everything. You respect the life that you got, so respect is a lot more important than taking things seriously. And taking things seriously could just be, translated into forcing things onto yourself, pretending that they're more important than they actually are. So nothing should be taken seriously. Nothing, dude. But not really, right? Because again, respect is kind of like a similar thing, but it's quite different. So what is the difference between taking something seriously and respecting it? So when you take things seriously, like even small things become serious for you. But when you respect it, you kind of have to identify how big a thing it is, and how much of your input is required. Like, you can respect the sun. The sun is like respected by everyone, but there's nothing you can really do about it. You can't feed the sun anything. You can't interact with it. So you kind of just like, it's too big, but it's like too far. Like the distance is too large. So it has to be like close to you, interactable, and that deserves a lot more respect than just like something really far away. And most influencers are far away and will never interact with you. And trying to do that, trying to reach out to them is absolute nonsense. But it's okay, guys. You'll learn that one way or the other. So they don't really deserve that much respect as you would think. So that's cool, right? That's the equation, the distance and the size. Yes, influencers can be very big, but just like the sun, they might just shine and keep shining. Keep shining. You can't hear me right now, but keep shining. It's very useful for me right now. Oh wait, it's fucking nighttime, as always. Stupid fucking sun. Stupid winter. Stupid fucking influencers, man. Ignorance is a reason why wars can be started. We talked about it, but maybe you're still curious. Again, the intention of a war and why wars have to be started, and yes, I turn it into a slap, alright? But ignorance can keep on growing, and honestly, I'm like, well, you do the slap, but and see what happens next. Because what happens next is gonna break or make a person, man. You can still recover from a slap. It's kind of fine. It's very embarrassing, and but you still haven't lost anything, technically. It's just an indication that you're about to lose a lot. Because now you got a slap. Now things gonna get really fucking nasty. Now you're in that legal territory where we'll do whatever it takes to make you feel even worse past this point. You're gonna start losing actual things. Now the weird part is there's we're kind of crafting weapons here and there, starting like miniature wars and figuring out what is the definition of a slap in the digital world. And banning is not it. Banning a person is not a slap, unfortunately. Banning a person is more of a self-destruction move, because I've received it so many times, and I can make videos about it and laugh at these fucking idiots. Technically, that's my version of slap. You do something stupid, and I make a video about it. That's what a slap looks like to some extent, but I have to have a proper following for this to work. Because it doesn't end there, you know. Then I send my army to loot your goddamn Discord and your morality, basically. Making you realize, or at least think, that I was a big dude that you just insulted, and I require an apology. If you get tricked into making an apology, things are gonna get even worse. Holy shit, I just looted something very valuable. I want more. Or at least other people will want more, but I will want more just to protect you from yourself at this point. Things are gonna get worse, man. Oh, I got an apology, guys. Let's go. Level up of insanity, man. So yeah. The war. The wars look very beautiful and satisfying, because they're not violent wars, but the wars have to be started. I will scream and I will intimidate. I'll do whatever it takes. But you will see me coming for sure. I will declare war. I will not just stab you in the back like some other people would like to do. But I will declare war. It's all gonna be fair. You will be able to stop me if you want. Just don't make an apology video, because that would be ridiculous. Fight the war until it's over. It's that simple, and it's going to be over because it's fueled by ignorance and not much else. Alright, that's the best way to destroy a war, is just stop being ignorant and understand how to dismantle it. And what was the core message that had to be sent but couldn't be delivered? You know, Just open your fucking mailbox and the world will be over. But where are you gonna find that mailbox? How are you gonna read different language if it's written in different language? There's a lot of puzzles I can, add in to spice things up, Well, you have been ignorant this whole time and now you're reacting to the war. I'll make sure that whatever the message was, it's very spicy now. It's like a 10-hour video or something. It gets worse and worse, man. I'm just realizing, oh wait, yeah, making long videos is gonna trigger so many people because only like a handful of people can actually watch the whole video in that sense and survive it with their sanity intact. Because it's just impossible to just jump around and skip to the good part because you don't know where it is. It's just impossible, right? It's kind of funny how videos work. But if people are passionate, you're a good worker, buddy. You made it. You bumped my average a little bit. Watching 2 hours, what a joke, man. Let's go for 3 more hours, am I right? I actually have a hidden stash of like 100 points I didn't discuss. No, that would be weird. Everything, because I'm a lazy person and I'm very honest. So whatever you see is like the 5 last points and... Why is it 33? Shut the fuck up, Taylor. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not drunk. I'm not doing drugs, okay? Why is that 33? I didn't intend that. Get the fuck out of here already. What the hell? In my dreams? And here too. It's like it's already over, dude. Like it's 2 days too late. Your birthday's over. Shut the fuck up. Like your year is over, your birthday is over. Leave me alone. 33, yeah. Yeah, funny. Everything shut the fuck up, Taylor. No. The 33 does not matter anymore. What the hell, man? Alright, there's opportunities, resources, and threats. There's, well, plenty of things running around in the world. And because everything matters, there's, again, no reason to strain yourself and reach out for various things. Everything you need, like, you kind of have, especially have connection to the internet. Yes, you can get yourself more comfortable with what you have and embrace it. And then get that thing that you need. Your needs are very important, obviously. Making sure that you survive. But sometimes, in my mind, I'm like, I wouldn't really want to struggle to survive. That seems like a shitty life to me. I just die, man. You don't care about me. Fuck you. Fuck you at this point. You don't care. Fuck you. Me leaving. Me not like life. But right now, I'm healthy and happy and I'll project happiness to everyone else. And whoever says I'm not positive enough, me slap your fucking face immediately. Fuck off, dude. You got no idea. You got no idea who you talking about. What are you talking about? I'm actually a respectful person, probably the rarest gem in the universe right now. A respectful. What is that? Not just a nice guy. A nice guy not only finishes last, they probably don't even move or finish whatsoever. Like, or they finish it and everyone is just gonna laugh like, "Wow, you finally." What a loser, dude. Because they have to be nice to everyone, so that's the idea of finishing last, because you need to be nice. So like, oh, pity point for you, pity point for you. Oh, there's a turtle, and we're gonna wait for the turtle now. You're gonna be that guy? The nice guy who's gonna let everyone else win? You're gonna have to compete against other nice guys too now. Who's gonna be the nicest guy of all? Who's gonna be the lastest? We're definitely gonna love that one. Absolutely. That's what niceness is like letting other people win. It's like, why? What's the point? What was the point of that, man? No one's gonna take you seriously if you're gonna be a nice guy. Obviously, I said don't take anything seriously, but that means, if you translate what I just said, it means no one's gonna respect you. And that sucks. That shit sucks, man. If you're just overly nice. Obviously, you can be slightly nice to strangers to make sure the doors are open, because you appreciate society as a whole. Yes, you have a security system somewhere, hidden, hopefully. That's the whole point of being nice, is like, you're nice, but you're also aware of the dangers, and you're controlling all of this stuff. It's very difficult. Like, you look at reality and how people are able to have parties, and there's nothing like terrible happening in these crowds, in these huge groups. Nothing really terrible or risky, seemingly. Like, people are more scared of flying than actually going into groups where Ariana Grande will definitely remind you that it's not safe anymore. I guess everyone forgot about that one. Oh well. Manchester, guys? Manchester, yeah. I don't even know the full story of Manchester. It's just a meme for me. You know, that Ariana Grande had to live through, and I don't want to know. Alright? She'll tell me at some point. In my dreams, yeah. She'll do the shooting in my dreams. And that's how I felt. Look how many people died. Yeah, kill all the dudes that are haunting my dreams right now, and I'm actually gonna be happy about the shooting, and I'm gonna say, joke's on you, Ari. I actually wanted that shooting. It's very good for me. Yep. With so many options, the next natural problem is ignorance. So, you must understand, in the world of technology, the world of internet, there's so many options to choose from, right? So many videos you can watch, so many things you can research. What do? Well, stop being ignorant and do something. It's that simple. Everyone knows that. But remember, something like TikTok is a playground. YouTube, something now you can take seriously, like I am doing. So it's a next level, completely different way of life, I would say. It used to be that YouTube was just a playground too. People just discovering it, kind of competing with each other, but you can't take it seriously. Even after you starting to earn money or building your business or whatever, you still can't take it seriously. But now that the businesses are competing with each other and kind of falling apart and falling down the cliff, all of them, everyone just falling down the same cliff, because it's very difficult to compete for limited amount of resources, which is people's attention. So all of a sudden, now you can't ignore. Now ignorance is a problem. Ignorance is a problem that everyone wants to solve. But yeah, mostly influencers wants you to stop ignoring their videos. But nah, dude. We can do the same Uno reverse card and like stop ignoring my comments and what I like. And maybe I do like video references to you or whatever, because I do. I have referenced a lot of influencers. They're a little bit too big to care about me, but someone like Mark Passio, who I said is the worst YouTuber, and actually 6 people showed up so far and commented. Some of them try to hate me, test me in different ways, but they can't win because I actually respond. And their narrative just falls apart very quickly when I respond. And one of them just kind of disappeared from the internet, and it was just a very weird moment. Rest in peace, dude. If I rest in peace, what do I get? Do I get the dude? Rest in peace, Jay Geddes, or whatever. He will not see this, but, rest in peace. for some reason, like, users just disappear without notice. I can't even, send them good wishes. YouTube just straight up deletes the user. I don't know what happens, dude. Maybe they deleted their own comments. Anything is possible. But I should have tried to click on the username. I don't know. It's too late now. Whatever. So we got 6 people. No one else, got offended. I actually tried to offend, like, Billie Eilish community. Maybe did some offense here and there with other videos. But, yeah, only Mark Passio. So he was, like, a smallest YouTuber with the most edgiest offense I could make. And it kind of worked out. Smallest YouTuber who's also not active, so obviously my video is going to become active if he's not. So everything was just like in the right place, so I know exactly why I was successful with that video and not much else with anything else. It sucks, man. It sucks that everything has to be just right for you to win a piece of bread, dude. Just a piece of bread for you to eat, man. What the fuck is this, man? Just try, dude. Me slap. You work in YouTube, me slap. I'm coming for you, dude. I'll also take a YouTube CEO title just to see how it feels like to be a CEO. So it's not a big deal, probably. I'll just drop it somewhere in a fucking dumpster eventually. I just want to know how it feels like. Alright? When everyone fucking hates you for no reason. That's probably how it feels like. Nobody cares what you care about, but we should care why. So, yeah, you might care about some obscure YouTuber I don't know about and I don't have time to research. But it would be interesting to know why you care, what is so special. Prime me in case I do find time. And I might put it in a priority list. It might be actually interesting. You can try and describe what you care about, but it's not going to be very convincing, unfortunately. It's very likely going to be a niche thing. The coolest thing you can do in life is turn a girl into a gamer girl. So please try and do that. And stop whatever you're doing. Start making gamer girls. Make a gamer girl factory, dude. Easy, dude. Easy profit. You want a business model? You're looking up to me like Andrew Tate. Here's the way to exploit the world. Gamer girl factory, man. Obviously, it's a stupid idea. Don't worry about that. But maybe not. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I don't know how to do it. But you know. Now you know, man. Because maybe whatever I'm excited is going to happen eventually, and I'm just stupid, because I get to hold it first and just drop it as if it's not gold, but I can't identify what gold is, man. I'm such a terrible miner, guys. I dig deep, and I take nothing out of it, just like some gems or something, some worthless gems, and I call them elements and personalities, dude. And then call them names, too. Fuck that shit. No one wants your gems, dude. Shut the fuck up. I have many reasons why I like gems and not gold. But I call a lot of things gold, so I can probably trick a lot of people. Anyways, don't worry, I'm pretty ignorant too. Alright, just like I told you guys the story of my mining gems. I'm all alone. So, I'm in a little bit of a disadvantage, too. You can have different values that you're not ignorant, that you're actually keeping and maintaining, and I understand it's pretty difficult. Like, it's pretty difficult to look beautiful these days. So, congratulations if you can do that one. Alright, beautiful and attractive, like, ugh. And juggling multiple talents gets exponentially difficult and exponentially more attractive too. So Everything like seems like equivalent to everything. Everything seems fair in the world. But if we're not gonna fix the effort mechanic where we put effort and we get effort back, the world is not gonna work properly. So I don't care if it looks fair, it's not fair. Alright? I want my effort back, dude. I want it, man. Come on. Shouldn't be that difficult. Obviously, I'm a little bit in a weird spot where I potentially it's like I find a vending machine and I put too many quarters, and the vending machine specifically says that you're not gonna get any change back, but I still put enough, and I call it effort. It's possible. All right. Again, it's possible that I'm very ignorant myself, but I'm trying not to be. I'm making shit up as I go, like next level shit. Like if you try and compare me with like someone like what is it? Moist Critical, dude. We call him Penguin around here, by the way. So Mr. Penguin just sits there and fucking makes up stories, and they're short. He's showing his face, he's intimidating, you know. He's the Jesus of the internet now. But I give him a slap and he disappears. It's that easy, dude. It's fucking that easy. Shouldn't be that hard. I don't feel like he's that influential whatsoever. Most of the internet just lives in the meme world. Alright? Trying not to take anything seriously whatsoever. Which again, you're allowed to, but you have to respect things at the same time. But you don't need to respect it when you give yourself a label, I'm a little kid and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That means, okay, you don't know how to respect anything, I'll leave you alone to play with your toys. But the moment you have more subscribers than I do, me slap now. You don't respect me, me slap. Fuck you, dude. That's when things get flipped. You have more things that I would like to have? Nah, dude. Nah. It's time to respect, or else. I'll take your toys. Imagine, like, a kid has better toys and has more fun than I am. Give me a fucking break. I'll just take your fucking toys and start playing with them myself. You don't get toys like that. You don't get to enjoy life more than I do. Kids not supposed to do that, alright? As I've said, you have school, alright? You get your trauma first, then you learn how to respect people. Congratulations. And if you label yourself as a kid, it doesn't matter what age you are, because a lot of people would still label themselves as a kid. They discover internet for the first time. My mom doesn't even know what it is right now, alright? She never held a tablet in her hands. So I can't wait to feed her TikTok. She might take over the world in the end. But, you know. Right now, I'm just kind of, I should respect her a little bit more, but I don't know, dude. I'm a little bit too lazy, man, you know? You know, I never really picked up the value of setting myself on fire for my mom, for the sake of my mom. I love my mom a lot, and maybe I should consider that very soon. But see, I could be very ignorant, guys. I could be. Maybe I'll deserve a slap very soon, guys. But not now. You can't reach me. I'm hiding in a box right now, in a metal box. And these are my final words, actually. Because I'm running out of air. My ignorance is killing me right now. I don't want to be slapped. I'll be hiding in a metal box, guys. I just don't want to be slapped. I'm scared. Anything but the slap, man. Alright, to check if you're ignorant, the feelings. So, I've explored everything about ignorance that I could come up with. It's pretty satisfying. I hope you had fun. I'm not gonna hold you any longer. Yes, I will. I'll give you this thing. Alright. Hi, Victoria. We're gonna, like, tip our toes into this interesting little thingy, right? The influencer world. From the meme perspective that I've shown you guys. I can't bring it up, but it's in YouTube Rewind. Alright, you should be able to find it yourself. So, oh, interesting language you fucking speak. I bet everyone cares. So, let's see how much ignorance we can spot, right? Immediately, this guy doesn't have an avatar. He barely follows 20 accounts. But he feels free to just, like, shitpost a bunch of shit. But what I was impressed by is the kind of like the opposite of ignorance is this guy, but he's not opposite of ignorance because he posted the same comment twice, and that fucking hurts, man. Or is it the same comment? This one has, yeah. Why does this? It's not copy and paste, as you can tell. It has like the tag or the reference to the account, and this one doesn't. Now I'm confused, dude. It seems very ignorant and stupid, but this guy was the highlight of the meme, and now I'm showing it to you guys. And if you click on his account, it's still active. This is like 5 days ago. He's like posting one picture every 2 days, something like that. Celebrities like me, dude. Just exploring his world is fucking weird, dude. Because you know what he wants, he's like very focused on this Victoria thing. And I'm probably closer than he is, actually. I could probably get closer with one video. But he does have like 600 followers already, so that's kind of weird. And he made 1,000 posts. But you know what his mistake is? He lives and breathes on the fucking Instagram. It's such cringe, man. People just follow him for cringe at this point. Yeah. It's a little bit weird. I think, that's the whole problem with stacking. Stacking is like a very cool thing to do, but you can overdo it, and most importantly, you can start in the wrong place with the wrong intention. But this is not it, technically, because I kind of admire the dude for just, like, putting a bunch of effort. I wish his comments would always be on top. I'm not asking Instagram to do it, I'm asking him to do it, because I have to, like, scroll down. You should repost comments more often, dude. You're not a meme anymore if I have to scroll down, dude. Now I'm disappointed, man. Back when I checked out, like, most of his comments were visible. And they seem, pretty cool. Let's read this one. The Lady of Heart of Dreams. I think I read this one. Maybe even featured it. Dream soulmate. If she could not mind, if there was opportunity, I would really like to be always with her as personal guardian. Well, there's always an opportunity. But technically, you're kind of staring at pictures of a girl. Maybe you can understand her better that way, but, like, there's always something you can do. And this doesn't feel necessarily like a guardian angel thing, but he's now visible to me, and he's in the YouTube Rewind now. So that's scary, dude. But I personally can't remain ignorant because this is so cool to me. I've never seen this before. Alright? And on top of that, I will make a video about this, trying to explain what potentially would happen if Victoria would decide to reply. What would happen? Because that scenario is fucking insanity on steroids, dude. That's why I made the meme, because I knew how mind-blowing it is if Victoria actually decided to, like, figure out who's that weird dude that puts so much effort into caring about me, you know? Does he have anything to offer? Is the question. Like, oh boy. Oh boy. He probably would just shit his pants and change his mind about chasing Victoria at this point. Because it is a scary moment when you get challenged for what you have been. What was the reason you have been stacking all the way up? You know? Because it's a high stack. Trying to reach a celebrity is a high stack of insanity. So you better be ready to, you know, change your mind, which that's what your stack also is supposed to capable of doing. Your stack's supposed to capable of doing a lot of flexible things. All right, despite it has to stay also in the same place and still do flexible things. Like, what the fuck does that mean? But exactly, holy shit, man. So you can keep on stacking, but now there might be a time when this guy's gonna get challenged. I am Iron Man. You better be. You better be, dude. I love it, man. It kind of works. And he chose to, like, pin himself as an Iron Man. Man, this looking good, dude. That's how much confidence you need when this potentially happens, alright? Never really happened to me, but that guy kind of deserves it more than I do. Can you imagine? That's the power when ignorance starts breaking down. Holy fucking moly, dude. You're gonna look at the sky and the stars are falling. But imagine the internet equivalent of that shit. Wait. Nobody cares if stars are falling. But what if celebrities are falling? Especially falling for nerds. That would be weird. Alright, see you guys next time. Now you should be excited about breaking down ignorance. Because weird things can happen when it happens. Okay? I'm not... You haven't seen the video, so don't make any weird excuses to start making your own stacks. Like that guy. Nah, dude. Come up with something better, dude. I'm sure this guy will just fall down and hurt himself and cry like Peter. Ah! I hurt my knee! Yes, dude. Again, I could just compete against him just for fun as well. I wonder what that would look like. A lot of things are possible that would really hurt his reputation very quickly. But it looks decent. It looks... You can't just laugh at this guy and pretend. Because the moment you're laughing, he's winning. Alright? You care. You're not ignorant anymore. Ignorant is the worst thing you could do, so you're not doing that worst thing. You actually exist amongst, oceans and oceans of other people who probably still haven't discovered the internet in a proper way, where it's actually properly useful to them, and they appreciate it, and they don't take it for granted and all that shit. So, here you go, guys. Do not share this video, because fuck you. Let's keep them ignorant, am I right? No, you decide, you know. I love being honest and breaking down and solving problems. I want to reach out to the stars myself, and I want to know exactly what to do if that happens, and exactly what to do if it doesn't happen. I don't care. I'm a thinker. I want to be ready for anything. Alright, see you guys next time.